What's up, man? Just because you got rejected in a relationship doesn't, your coolness is not impacted, right? Because your heart is broke, because you heartbroken about a breakup, about a marriage, about a engagement, your coolness is not on trial, man. Your flyness is not on trial. And I'm really talking to the young people, man, in their 20s. Because in my 20s, I thought that because I got my heart broke or because I got rejected, that represented the totality of who I was as a person. Bad information. Bad information. That is just one aspect of my life. That's just one situation that didn't go in my favor. And it's okay. But I got this going right for me. I got that going right for me. I got that thing over there going right. That shit right there is going all the way right. It's just that this one thing, this person that I loved, that I wanted to be with, that didn't love me back the way that I loved them and didn't want to be with me, okay? That's all that was, and it don't feel good, right? But it doesn't, what I can't do is allow that situation to paint all the other good things I got going on as bad, man. No good. No good. Listen, man, I got my heart broke for the first time. I was 21 years old. It was in 1990. And I was in college. I was 21. I was a baby. Thought I knew it all, got my heart broke. And I was devastated, man, for months. Couldn't listen to the radio, crying, you know, just distraught, devastated. You know, I loved this girl, and I saw her with another dude. I caught her with another dude, and I was devastated. And you know, being that it was my first time, I didn't understand that the sun was gonna come back out. You know, I didn't understand that I was gonna get over it, right? I didn't understand that I was gonna survive all the shit I was feeling, man, the hurt and the pain. I didn't understand it, man. It was my first time, man. It was my first time, man. Yo, I went and got in a tree, man. I went and got in a tree. I was talking to her. We was together like 3 years. I destroyed the relationship. I destroyed the relationship. I was getting high. I was getting drunk all the time. It was my fault. It was my fault. I was incapable of being in a relationship, right? So I destroyed the relationship. A lot of it was my fault. Irresponsible. Like I say, drugs and alcohol destroyed my life, and she left when she saw me going down, as she should have. You understand? And but we were still staying in touch, and but it was just something in me that, like, I knew, like, when you got a honey, or ladies, if you got a dude, like, you could feel, you know, that's that 6th and 7th chakras, right? That those higher levels of different chambers of the mind, the intuition, that's real, that we were never taught, that you have to develop on your own. Like, I know something ain't right, you know, I know she messing around, or he messing around, or whatever. And I just felt it, man. And I just, I was asking her like, yo, you seen somebody else? You seen? She's like, no, 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 no. But I felt it. And I went by her house, man, in broad daylight. In broad daylight, and when it got up in a tree down the block from her crib, I climb up in this tree on the sidewalk. I'm up in the tree, man, like a crow, right? Like a pigeon, just watching her crib, because I see her crib, I see her car, and then there's another car there. Oh, man. And I'm up there for about a half hour, just watching the kid, because I'm scared to go see what I don't want to see, but I want to know, but I don't want to see. Nigga. So after about a half hour, 40 minutes up in the tree, man, I go knock on the door. And her roommate's boyfriend answered the door. And I asked, I said, yo, is so-and-so here? The nigga just opened up the door and just let me come in. I went upstairs in her room, opened the door to her room, and she was in there with another nigga, man. If I would have waited like another 7-8 minutes, they would have been doing the raccoon. So I walk in, I see them there. I'm like, yo. So, when I walk in, they don't move. We all in this room, stuck, frozen. And he's still holding her. And I sit down. And he asked her, he said, you all right? She said, yeah. And the thing she said, you all right? He said, yeah. So the nigga got up. And I said, what's up, man? Dapped him up. He dipped. And then she started going off on me. You motherfucker. Trying to now, it's just flipping on me. You understand? I'm glad you saw what you saw. So I said, look, man, just let me get my CDs. Let me get my coat. Let me get my gold chain that you've been wearing with my initial on. Let me get all my stuff and I'm out. So I got all my stuff. I dipped. And I went back to the halfway house because I was 60 days out of drug rehab. I had got clean. I was living in the halfway house. This was in on Shallowford Road up there in Atlanta. I had got clean in Atlanta, Georgia. And I was living in the halfway house on Shallowford Road. And I left. I got in my car. I left and I drove back to the halfway house. And I just cried, man. But one thing I didn't do is I didn't get drunk and I didn't get high. Whereas before me getting clean, like any little argument we had, any little disagreement we had, I would even create them. I would go get high. I would go get drunk. Any kind of disagreement. But I went back to the halfway house. I had about 60 days clean. And I was going to meetings at the time. I was going to NA meetings and AA meetings. And I didn't use, man. I didn't get high. And that was a turning point for me. When I didn't get high, then I knew that I was getting clean for me. Because initially I was trying to get clean to win her back. But after I saw that and I stayed clean, then I knew I was getting clean for me. And, I couldn't even listen to the radio, man. I wasn't eating. I wasn't sleeping. I was fucked up. Nigga was fucked up. But I stayed clean. And eventually, it passed, right? Pain comes and pain goes. You just got to rock with it while you're going through it, right? You got to go through it and grow through it. And, I stayed clean. I've been clean 35 years. Now, I don't drink. I don't get high. I don't smoke weed. I don't drink champagne. I don't drink wine. I don't drink beer, liquor, nothing. I don't even take medication. The most I'll do is some NyQuil cold and cough or some Theraflu. That's about it. Benadryl for my allergies. But, you know, and I had my heart broke one more time after that. I was dealing with this married girl. But the point is that those are some painful situations, you know, but you don't have to go crazy and get violent and do something that you can't change to yourself, right? And it's not your whole life. That's one aspect of your life, one relationship, and it happens to everybody. Any nigga out here on the planet Earth saying he ain't never had his heart broke, he telling a lie. He telling a big lie. Everybody gets their turn. I don't care how cool these niggas get on this social media and the fly gear and pimp this and pimp that. That shit, that's fake. Old player told me one time, even the coldest pimp got one hoe, he don't even let her go outside. And that there was a prince, an Arabian prince who had all the wealth in the world, was worth hundreds of billions, and had a concubine of 40 women. But out of them 40 women, it was one woman he was so in love with. She used to tell him what to do. She'd tell him, go get me something to drink. Shut up, sit down. Go fix me a plate. And he would do it because he loved her. And he said that, man, if love was a man, I would kill it. And the coldest pimp, he had this flight, he had about a stable, about 11, 12 honeys, but he had one hoe, he wouldn't let her go outside because he loved her. Every man, a woman is a very, very powerful, she holds the most power over the man, over mankind, a woman, and vice versa. You know, so that is a level of acceptance. Once you can accept that, then you understand a woman's power. You know, and if she's wise, if she's smart, she'll use her power over you in a good way to push you forward, to make you feel undefeated, so that you could go out to the world and conquer, and she can eat what you killing, and y'all working as a team. She's using her love, her power, her influence over you, her sex to strengthen you, right? To embolden you, to make you confident, so that you can win for the family. You know, but you have to go through, you're gonna run into some women that ain't on that style, you know, and then you have to look at the part that you play in it. You know, if a woman is showing you red flags, and ladies, if the nigga is showing you red flags, and you still stay in there and allow yourself to be dragged emotionally, mentally, and physically, that's your fault. That's your fault. You understand? But because you got your heart broke, and because you got rejected in a relationship, man, you still somebody, man. You got to still be somebody. And you learn from these situations. You know what I'm saying? You learn. The best thing that I did was I looked at the part that I played, right? That brought me to that point. That brought me to being up in a tree, right? And that was, you know, my drug addiction and my alcoholism. I ruined a good relationship. I ruined a potential good relationship, and that was my fault. So I know that the next time going forward, you know, I don't bring drugs and alcohol into my life, and, you know, I be straight up and down and be an honest man, like 6 o'clock, keep it real all the way through, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, be a man in the situation, man. But yeah, don't do nothing, man. So what? So what? Your heart is broke. So what? You'll get over it. You'll get over it. Chill out. Chill. It's gonna take time. Days, weeks, sometimes months, year. You know what I'm saying? And eventually you'll wake up one day and you'll feel better and you'll be okay. You'll be able to even see that person and be like, yeah, all right, it's all good. Podcast with Soul. It don't never stop. Authenticity is the highest vibration in the universe. It's the closest thing to God you'll ever get. A man with belief in his abilities is God in action. And integrity ain't never went out of style.